I hope that everybody had a chance to write down the table that I sent. Um, Someone called it the Sanskrit periodic table. In this class, call it whatever you want. Well, we're going to understand it today, okay? I'm going to start with a quick question. Let's think. What does this word, this phrase, shivoham mean? What does shivoham mean? It means some version of, everyone knows? We chant it all the time. Shivoham, shivoham. No, we chant that. Huh. Shivoham means, you know both of these words. It means shivaha aham. Everybody knows what aham is. Aham is I. First case singular pronoun. Shivaha is first case singular masculine. Now, this literally means I Shiva. You see how close Trini and Guyanese is to Sanskrit? That's how we speak, no, here. I good. Am is implied. I Shiva, that means the exact same thing. I Shiva means I am Shiva. But we don't say Shiva ha aham. We say Shivoham. Okay, now take another example with the word Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Do we say Namo Shivaya? Do we say Namo Shivaya? No, we say Namah Shivaya. So even though there's a Visarga here and there's a Visarga here, and Bhagavan Shiva is involved, we say it differently each time. This thing is connected to the topic we're going to see. I think you all may have guessed. This is called Visarga Sandhi. Visarga Sandhi. Sandhi that takes place when there's a Visarga involved in the word. Right? And it is not that the Visarga just gets replaced by a standard thing, but here what happens is based on the sound of the vowel that comes before the Visarga and based on the letter, means consonant or vowel, that comes after Visarga, that will determine what happens to the Visarga. So you have to see the letter, the vowel that comes right before, and you have to see the sound that comes right after. Those are the two things that will determine what will happen to the Visarga. So now let us go to our wonderful table and I will explain to you how it works. The heading of this thing is called Visarga Sandhi. Visarga Sandhi. Those whose videos are off, please turn them on. Okay. And now what do all these code things mean? I'll show you. First of all, how to read this table. This is actually the coolest table you'll ever find for Visarga Sandhi instead of trying to memorize rules. Each of these squares is one rule. So you'd have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 4. 40 rules summarized in one table. So this is how it works. Whatever vowel comes before the Visarga in the word is listed here. And whatever sound comes after the Visarga in the word is listed here. So you read this table kind of like this and then like this. Read it means what? So now see. Shiva ha aham. That was the example we were using, right? Shiva ha. What is the sound that comes just before the visarga? I'm going slowly so that everybody catches it one time. Huh? What comes just before the visarga? Not va. If you're saying va, you're in big trouble in this class. Huh? The sound that comes just before visarga is a. Shiva. Va. And the sound that comes right after visarga is also a. So now you're going to look for the box that has a followed by a. If you go see this table, you have here a followed by a. So the box that you're going to use is this box. And this box says O and avagraha. Means the visarga is going to change into an O, and the a is going to change into avagraha. And it will become Shivo ha. Simple or hard? Not hard. Actually, not hard. Shivo ha. Then see that other one was Namaha Shivaya. So now Namaha ends with what vowel? Namaha ends with the vowel a. And Shivaya starts with what letter? Sh, not I. Even though the I looks like it's before the sh, it's sh. A followed by sh. So now you go to your table. A followed by sh. Sh has its own column. So here, the answer is NC/Shahalan. What is NC? Now let me tell you what all of these things are. D, we can write it one time. D means dropped. Or just drop visarga. If you see a D, it means you have to drop the visarga. We'll see examples, so don't worry. Then, what is the next one in the list? NC means no change. Nothing happens to it. The visarga stays as it is. This table is telling us what happens to visarga, okay? Oh, that's it. No other fancy codes. The rest are all letters. If you see a slash, it means that optional. It could either be no change or the visarga could change to a shahalant. That's why you'll hear some people say Om Namah Shivaya, and you'll hear other people say Om Namah Shivaya, because that visarga has optionally changed to shahalant instead of staying as visarga. So both options are there. And remember, the visarga sandhi is taking place so we can more easily say the words. Sandhi takes place in such a way that we can pronounce the words more easily. Okay, so now let us see some examples. I brought a whole list for us to try out. Shivaha aham, we did that one already. Oh, let me tell you all one more thing. Let me go through the table. This line is what happens with a before. That's easy. This line, what happens with a before. This line, any word with I all the way to O. I to O. Whether it's ihi, ihi, uhu, uhu, ehi, ehi, all of those, all the way up to ohu. This will be the line for that rule. Okay, this is special because even though aha is the sound before the visarga, the word saha, which you all know, saha is a pronoun, right? Saha is a pronoun. The word saha has its own rule, and the word eshaha, which is another pronoun, has its own rule. These two have their own. So if you ever meet a word saha or you ever meet a word eshaha, you have to use its own line. Saha aham. You all know soham. Soham is actually saha aham in this box. It looks the same in a, but you'll see the rest are different. Or it looks the same in a, and the first two, the rest are different. That's why it has its own rule line. Okay, now you go to the top this way. I mean across. Any word starting with a, starting with a, I, u, re, e, o, up to this line, up to o is this box. Then soft consonant. Now, what is a soft consonant? Well, that was like 50 years ago. I don't know. We did that in letters ages ago. You have to know what your soft consonants are for Visarga Sandhi. Soft consonants are the last three letters in each consonant line. So if you have k, k, g, g, ng, the last three is g, g, ng. Those are soft consonants. Then the hard consonants are the first two. K, k, ch, ch, j, j, like that. Okay. Now, that covers most. But you have here exceptions to the rules. So, ch and ch are hard consonants, but they follow their own rule. So even though they're hard consonants, you have to use the special rule for ch and ch. What is that? Well, instead of becoming a no change, it's going to become shahalant. Right? That's all. You just follow the rule that is specified. Same for ta, ta. Ta, ta are also hard consonants, but they have their own rule. And finally, ta, ta, also hard, but they have their own rule. And then all the sibilants have their own rule. Sh, sh, s. Okay, so I hope this is super simple. Once you get the hang of it, this table is not hard. We're going to do examples so it becomes very clear. Okay. Okay. So let us see. Now you all have the table with you. Arjuna ha uvacha. This is a aha plus a u. So then that will be what? Aha followed by u. What happens to the visarga? It is dropped. That is why when we chant, we don't say Arjunaha uvacha or Arjuna uvacha. You'll always see it written as, not just spoken, but written as Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna uvacha, Dhritarashtra uvacha. Even though there's an aha, it is dropped. Dropped means literally you don't write it. Manaha buddhi. Manaha buddhi. So now you have a aha followed by a b. B is what? Soft or hard consonant. B, p, b. It comes in the third line. Third line is soft. So now you have to check what happens to visarga when there's an a and a soft consonant. You'll see in your rules, the visarga becomes an o. So here it's going to be mano buddhi. Sounds familiar? Mano buddhi. The visarga, it's not mana buddhi, it's not manaha buddhi, it's mano buddhi when we put it together. Good, keep going. Keep going. Shantihi, shantihi, shantihi. Now what happens here? You have a ihi meeting a sh. What is the rule? Ihi meeting a sh. Sh has its own box. Ihi meeting a sh. No change or sh halant. So this visarga is going to become, it's going to become shantish, shantish, shantihi, or it's going to become shanti, shanti, shantihi. That's why you don't say the ihi, ihi in the middle, even though it's at the end, because the visarga rule is that it changes to a shahalant, or you don't pronounce it in the middle anyways. You say it short. So this will become shantihi, or it will become shantish, shantish, shanti. Either one it will become. Shantish, shantish, shantihi. You can say it either way. It's mostly written like this, no? Shanti, shanti, shanti. Okay, cool. Next one. Namaha tubhyam. I know everybody knows these words in their head and you don't need to check the rules and all of that, but I want you to check the table just so there's clarity on using it and familiarity with using it. Namaha tubhyam. So you have an aha meeting a th. Even though th is a hard consonant, it has its own rule. So what happens to the the visarga? In this case, the visarga is changed to a sahalant. Namaha sahalant. That's why you will get namastubhyam. Namastubhyam. Okay, now try a few without me talking. You have to write the visarga rule, which is vowel followed by sandhi, followed by whatever letter it is. Then you write the two words as they're supposed to be written. So take 2 minutes and do these. Oh, let me do one more with you all because our friend is coming in here. Ihi plus bha. Ihi plus bha. What happens to visarga? Visarga changes to ra halant. See? Bha is soft. Changes to ra halant. Siddhir bhavatu is what's going to happen. So Please do not write Rahalan in the middle of the word. You have to write it as the Raf. Right? It has to go in its correct spot as the Rahalant symbol. Siddhir Bhavatu. Now try the other ones.
Itu mati.
One more minute. Okay, give me your attention, please. Guruhu Brahma is Uhu and soft consonant. The rule is that the Uhu is the Visarga is going to change into a Rahalant. So that becomes Gurur Brahma. And the Ra is written there. Gurur Brahma. Okay. Guruhu Sakshat. Uhu plus Sa. That is going to become no change or Sahalant. That's why you'll hear Guru Sakshat or you'll hear Guru Sakshat. It's not Gurur Sakshat. Just because Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, it's not default Gurur Sakshat. That has its own rule. Guru Sakshat. The Sahalant. In Shimai Book of Hymns, it's written with a Rahalant. A lot of people make mistake because of that also. Watch out for that, please. Guru Sakshat. Okay. Then Gurubhyaha Namaha. Aha meeting na. The Visarga changes into an O with a soft consonant. Gurubhyo Namaha. Please see the pattern of when they join and when they stay separate. The pattern is basically when there's a consonant involved, the words are joined, and when there's a vowel involved, they are written separately. Okay. And then the last one was Namaha Astu. And A becomes Namo, and the A from the second word drops to a avagraha. Namostu. Which verse does that come in? Namostvanantaya. Namostu. Namostu common. That must be in other ones also. Okay, like this on and on it goes. This is called Visarga Sandhi. Visarga Sandhi is not hard. Visarga Sandhi is very easy. In fact, I'll take one more minute and just tell you all this. The wonderful thing is, now when you're reading mantras or shlokas and you hear the Sahalant sound or the O sound or the Rahalant sound, your mind will start to say, hey, that might be a Visarga. Hey, that might be a Visarga. Or it should say. Maybe it won't, but it should. Right? Now your mind should say, hey, Rahalant, Sahalant, oh, these are all signs of Visarga. And your mind can try to see what the separate words are. The purpose of studying this for us primarily is to go from already made sandhis to breaking them up. That is even easier than taking the sandhi rule and applying it. Because if you see Gurur Brahma, then you know that means Guruhu Brahma. You might not remember the rule, but you know that the Rahalant has to change back to a Visarga. Right? So Visarga sandhi is not hard. I'm going to send some homework for you to do today. Tomorrow we will take it up. I will take up any questions also from the homework tomorrow. And on Friday, we will have our Visarga Sandhi test. We have only 1 week remaining after this week for this course. So on next Thursday is our final exam for this course. Okay. Closing prayer. Please do your homework. Don't say it's too simple. I don't need to do it. Actually do it. It'll clear out kinks in your mind also. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Trini's, I will be